Well, next we're off to solve problems in the film laboratory. Motion picture laboratories must contend with several sources of variability in the course of producing consistent high-quality prints. This is true especially in the case of multi-stage duplicating systems. Differences in film characteristics, camera exposure, printing exposure, and processing must all be accommodated. To assist labs in control procedures, there have been several useful yet complicated tools and techniques developed over the years. What was lacking was a simple, inexpensive, easily implemented, and universally adopted control method for the production of interpositives and duplicate negatives from negative originals. Enter our next award winner. The laboratory aim density, or LAD, system offers a simple, economical, and reliable method for the efficient and uniform control of color and exposure in camera negatives, interpositives, and duplicate negatives. In fact, it's set the standard for this in film laboratories and digital film recording facilities around the world. Now, I've used the word simple twice in describing the system, and I know what you're asking yourselves, just how simple is it? Well, using this system, negatives are color-corrected relative to the LAD control patch, is known as LAD girl. From there, aims and tolerances are specified for each step in the duplication process, which ensures that the film you and I see in a theater matches the filmmaker's vision of what it should look like. I mean, that's so simple, I'm surprised I didn't think of it myself. But thankfully, we do have a gentleman here who knows what it all means, and it's a pleasure for me to present a Technical Achievement Award to John P. Pytlak for the development of the Laboratory Aim Density System. Mr. Pytlak.
Thank you. Well, thank you. Well, have your highlights lost their sparkle? And the midtones lost their scale? Are your shadows going smoky and the colors turning stale? Have you lost a little business to labs whose pictures shine? Because to do it right takes a lot of time. Well, here's a brand new system, as simple as can be. Its name is LAD, an acronym for Laboratory Aim Density. Over 26 years ago, I began my presentation to the SMPTE Technical Conference with that silly little poem. And tonight, it's fitting that I begin my expressions of gratitude with that same poem. First, I'd like to thank the Academy, the Board of Governors, and the SciTech Committee for honoring me with this wonderful award. And I'm sure we all appreciate the hard work of the Academy staff and DMS Productions in putting together tonight's wonderful event. I'd also like to thank my early mentors at Kodak many years ago, Woody Thomas, Don Zwick, Dick Bauer, and John Norris, but especially the late L. Sant, who gave me the tools to model sensitimetric tone reproduction on a computer and make the complex simple with LAD. I also thank and greatly miss my longtime technician and co-author, Al Fleischer, who printed the many tests that brought my theories to reality. Ed Ortman and Bob Shegg of Kodak shot the original 35mm demo film called Hold It Harry. And later, in 1982, they shot 800 feet, only 800 feet, of camera original of our beautiful LAD girl, and for those who haven't seen her, whose image has guided labs around the world for almost 20 years. And she has probably been in more movies than any other actress in the world. She may be a grandmother now, 20 years later, but LAD Girl is as consistent and unchanging as the labs have become with her help. I'd also like to thank the many Kodak people who over the years have helped motion picture labs around the world achieve the best in film quality with LAD. Finally, I'd like to thank my family and their patience and support of this admitted workaholic, and trust me, I am a workaholic, and a lifelong movie fan. My wife Betsy is unable to be here because of an illness. However, my daughters Katie and Annie are here to share this joyous moment. Again, thank you all.
I asked if he wanted to stay up and co-host with me. He turned me down. I mean, with the poem, it was amazing.